Okay. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Let the record reflect this is a meeting of the Vigo County Alcoholic Beverage Board, the 17th day of November, 2025. I don't believe we have any remonstrants present, but we have two transfer applications. So, gentlemen and lady, if you would please raise your right hands. Do each of you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers given on your application and any answers to any questions asked by the board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Items on the agenda today for automatic renewal are MD Midwest LLC, RR 8439534, the Sycamore Winery LLC, RR 8439470, Tully's Bar and Grill Incorporated, RR 8432932, Tilt LLC, RR 8439905, HRA Open Mess Incorporated, RC 8487310, and JR Scripps Pharmacy Number 1 LLC, DL 8432238. Those listed are without violation or remonstrance. I'll make a motion to approve automatic renewals.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Transfer applications, as we have no violations. Quick Trip Corporation, DL 8434304. Yeah. Oh, no. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up very much, but you can stand close, or if you stand at the podium, the green button should activate the microphone.
Clark Law on behalf of Quick Trip Corporation. With me is Gwen Key, who's real estate project manager. She's in all the way from St. Louis for today's hearing. So this location is Quick Trip's a close corporation based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They nationwide gas station convenience store chain with over 1,100 locations nationwide. We've got one operating in Daleville, Indiana, which is kind of near Muncie. So this location it will be their second location in the state of Indiana, and it's near the casino off exit 11 on I-70.
Right next to the convention division.
I've watched
it last year.
Is that huge one on 46 and Margaret?
Yes,
It appears like it might be kind of a trend.
it might be what?
Pretty.
Yeah, no, so they're great locations. They're a lot of different hot foods. You got 20 different kinds of iced tea. A lot of slushies for the kids. Pizza, brisket. Whatever. A lot of different.
Not Buc-ee's?
So they're like the polar opposite of Buc-ee's. So their whole thing is get you in, get you out with what you need.
Okay, good.
Versus, the kind of walk around for an hour shop.
Restroom near the door as opposed to back corner.
Opposite sides, but yeah.
And, they have a nationwide sterling record with handling age restricted products. They employ, their own private secret shoppers. Everyone who goes through orientation, has to written acknowledge their policies about, selling tobacco or alcohol. They understand, in Indiana, you have to, if you look under 40, you have to be carded. Their POS system, anytime alcohol rings up, it stops the sale to make them input the person's birthday and, make sure they look at their license.
Avoid a lot of trouble that way.
We hope so.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've pulled, I think that we actually won the right to apply for a location in Greenwood at last week's permit auction, which I think is the 12th license that Quick Trip has either obtained or is in the process of obtaining. So you will be seeing more of them in Indiana. Brownsburg is under construction right now, and I think there may be one other. That may be it right now, but we've got locations a lot more on the east side, but
On the east side?
Yeah, so like the Richmond area, Markle, Henry County, those are all areas where, yeah, and then the Greenwood. And
When will you open up?
This one here,
Mm-hmm.
it is January.
End of
Scheduled for
Jan-
January 29th, that's up right now.
They're getting close.
Getting very close.
Yeah, so we'll have to hold this briefly in escrow, and then Officer Boots will make sure to connect with you, but we'd like to make it active so you can inspect.
And will you draw, this unrelated to your liquor, but you're here.
I'm here.
I
Ask away.
think you stand a pretty good chance of stealing a lot of the business from the two stations that are, one across from you and one, well, both of them across. But two different street sizes.
So we're very competitive, without a doubt. What we find with our competitors is usually they step up their game. The other thing is we look at the demand and the location. We're making a multi-million-dollar investment, and so we're not gonna go somewhere where we're not gonna be able to be successful, but we also look for places that we think are underserved, that they have so much
Right.
that maybe people pass it by because it's just, they've got a lot going on there and can't fully serve what's there. So it's kind of a mix of that, but yes, we will be competitive, and you will probably see those competitors across the street, and I think Ford's across the other way.
Yeah.
They will more than likely step up their game. For example, we opened a store in Rolla about 2 weeks ago, and amazingly enough, the Loves across the street has completely updated their whole facility. They've remodeled, and they've got a lot of shine on the front now because we came to town.
Well, it doesn't look like either of them are gonna be able to, they don't have room for the capacity. It looks like you built there. I mean, it's, how many bays do you think that is?
How many bays we have there? I think we have 4 bays.
That's not all,
Yeah.
because it looks
And
huge.
he said, we are we are the opposite. If you go to Buc-ee's and if you have children, you're gonna be there enough. But we want you to get what you want and get on and get on out. We don't have indoor seating. We have patio tables on the outside. Sometimes we'll have folks that just want to take that break. And there's nothing that says, hey, we've got food inside than having, a couple picnic tables outside right at the front of the building, but we don't have any indoor seats at all. We don't have an expansive restrooms. We have the appropriate amount for people that are just looking for that quick turn.
And the food is your food. You don't have a subtenant, like,
Correct. We don't have like a
Really?
Subway or a McDonald's in there. It's all of our food. We call it a QT Kitchens. And that you can get a brisket sandwich, tacos. You can have freshly made or you can grab and go. But even some of the grab and go we make in the kitchen and have it prepared to go. But if you want a custom sub sandwich or a custom personal pizza or anything of that realm, then you can, you go to a computer screen, type in what you want, print out your order, go get the rest of your stuff, and typically, close to when you're done paying for everything, we'll have it ready for you.
and for purposes of today, are you looking, is it cold beer?
No, I believe they're only allowed warm beer, so we've actually,
They'd love to have.
we would love to have warm beer, but I believe that that's not allowed, and so we have modified our building in order to have a cutout of where those coolers would have been in order to accommodate the warm beer. And then if that would ever change in the state of Indiana, we can convert it to a cooler area. But we have made that modification on the floor, on the sales floor, in order to accommodate what we're allowed in Indiana. Yes. And to his point, we do have secret shoppers, our own private ones, to make sure that our employees are adhering to those standards. So we hopefully can make sure that our employees are doing what they're supposed to do. We find that that's very successful. If they do fail to ID when they should, they're immediately put on probation. If they have a second violation, they're terminated. So we do take this all very seriously with responsible retailing. And we do have extensive policies. That's something we train very diligently on. When we operate in as many states as we do, we make sure that our policies reflect what those parameters are in each state. If it's different in Kentucky or Illinois or Missouri, we make sure that we understand what those modifications are to be specific to the state we operate in.
And how far along are you in the hiring processes?
They're in the process of hiring. I'm not sure where they're at. What we do in these situations where, in the past, we've always had a division. So I actually operate out of the St. Louis division where we have one central office that we can train and all of that. It's all based out of there. With these remote stores, these buildings have a training area in them. So we're not sending somebody, 2.5, 3 hours away. They're actually trained here if we have the facility to do that in this building that we've built here. So what we do though, because we're very serious about our culture and how we operate, Quick Trip is one of the best in the country. We're usually in the top 3, right up there with Wawa and Sheetz. Usually you'll find those not in the number game. When you come to pure numbers, 7-Eleven has the most locations nationwide. But when you come to customer service, quality, customer ratings, as far as preference, Quick Trip's usually in the top 3. So we take that brand of excellence very seriously. So when we open a new store in this area, we are actually bringing in a mature managerial team. So these are not folks that we've hired here, but we've brought them in from either Texas or Illinois or something, that they know that they're already established Quick Trip culture people in order to teach our culture to the folks that we hire locally. Now, we'll end up hiring about 20 to 25 local people, including some managerial positions. And so they're in the process of doing that. We just have to get the building up to the point where we can bring them in, have them interviewed, and then start that training process. So we'll have the store ready construction wise to turn it over by the end of December in order that they have that 4 or 5 weeks to train employees, to get the store stocked, to do all of that. That by the time we're ready to open, which I believe right now is January 29th, that we're ready to go with a fully staffed team and trained. And when I say fully trained, I kind of say it with a wink. We are constantly updating our policies and how we do things. So we believe that training is always ongoing. There's no point, even in a managerial position, that you are fully trained, because there's always things to learn and making sure that we're doing those standards and policies.
Very good. I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Oh, man.
Motion approved is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0, and this will go to the 1st December commission hearing.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Clark. Last remaining item on the agenda is Midwest Property Development Association LLC RR 84-43000. Thank you. This is a transfer permit at the Magnus location.
Oh. Yeah, my name's Dave Brightway. I'm sole owner of the Midwest Property, the LLC that's listed as the owning entity.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your last name.
Dave Brightweiser.
Okay.
I don't think the microphone's working, so just speak loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're hoping for a transfer of the ownership of license from Maggie's. I've been in talks with Maggie for a lot of years, and he's been wanting to retire for a lot of years. And what started out as I'll buy your liquor license turned into we're going to take over the whole store. And so we hope to open and operate a very high-end speakeasy style venue on location where Maggie's currently is, right on 3rd Street. And already have a rental agreement with the landlord, and that's all in the works already. And we're going to be operating a urban high-end wine, scotch, custom cocktail type of venue with food service. Still under a restaurant, 210 3-way permit. So that's kind of our plan. Our plan is to have a very classy establishment. No live music, no live entertainment of any kind, just a place you can go after dinner, you know, in Terre Haute after you leave the restaurant of your choice or wherever, if you want a place to hang out with friends and have a drink, and it's, you can sit on leather couches and be served, you know, nice stuff. That's our niche.
Okay, tell us, you said you got a rental agreement, or what does that look like and with whom?
David Cash and his brother, which I'm blanking on his name. They're realtors, they own the building. The building is right there on Third. Peerless Windows is the front half,
Yes.
the back half of that. It's the first building on the south side of the restaurant.
Okay, so you're talking about with the property owner, not you are going to run the restaurant yourself, or are you gonna have someone else come in and do? Okay, okay, yeah.
I was just saying, we already have a lease arrangement.
I understand.
It's all in place.
Couldn't
We're
get,
already starting the remodel process.
we couldn't get any more third party than Dave Cash. Yeah. He's tough, no. Did you decide to pull the trigger on this so that Maggie would stop talking?
You know, it was funny. I've been talking to him about his liquor license. He's been talking about retiring for probably the better part of 4 or 5 years. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we go in there a lot. I apologize to anybody that's a big fan of Maggie's because I want to too.
Oh, he's a great guy.
But no, it originally was, we were looking for venues and we were gonna do a transfer of ownership of the license, put it into escrow, and all the headaches of that. We just decided to avoid it. Just, you know, I can keep it on site. Go forward.
Okay, what kind of food will you do?
We'll be doing like small plate stuff. But then we'll have special events where he will come in and cater, or we'll have other outside catering.
Okay,
What's a small plate?
Like appetizer, shrimp cocktail, like easy pre-made stuff at times, desserts, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, charcuterie board kind of thing.
okay. Are you familiar with Indiana's statute on minimum food requirements? Okay, so just have to make sure that you always meet the minimum food requirements.
Is it percentage or is that?
No, it's coffee, milk, soda, hot sandwiches and soup for 25 at a given time. So it's not a difficult task, but it is one that you have to.
Yeah, that's the state.
It's true, restaurant license.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
I had talked about that with the people at the state when we started the application process. It was pretty vague coming from them, so I'm glad to hear you detail.
And who's the young man here?
This is Jackson. This is my son. He's gonna be the store manager, business manager.
Okay,
Great. And my bourbon guru. So we'll be doing like direct barrel purchases from distilleries and bottling really unique stuff that you can't find. Real high-end stuff. So that's kind of what got us into this space a little bit. Cool.
Brightweiser name sounds familiar. You've been in Terre Haute for some time?
What's that?
Are you in Terre Haute?
I live in Brazil and I'm a physician by training and.
Okay, that's where it
My
is.
wife and I both are. And so I've worked through Union Hospital for, I've been in Clay County for 28 years. And I think I've been with Union maybe 12, plus 12 years.
What type of doctor? What
I'm a
type?
family doctor.
Family doctor. I used to, I practiced at Fleshner for many years.
Where?
Fleshner, Stark, and Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
And they made me go try a personal injury case. That's why your name is familiar. It was already Brighton. It was never Dr. Brightweiser, it was always Brightweiser.
when do you expect to open?
We're in the final stages of renovation and probably sometime in December at the earliest. Cool. Move right along. Yeah. A lot of sweat equity into it.
I don't have any other questions.
I move to approve. Second.
Motion is made for approval and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
This will go to the state commission in the beginning of December. Let's see what that date is exactly. On the 2nd of December, yeah. Since you're not going to be able to open up immediately, you'll need to fill out an escrow request if it looks like it's going to be a month-ish before you're ready to open?
I mean, the only thing we have left to do is, we're custom building a new bar. We have a real limited. I'm supposed to get quotes on that within a day or two, and we might get that turned around in 2 weeks. So we might be able to.
Okay. Just reach out in that case. So a final inspection on the building has to be done prior to release of the license.
Sure.
That'll be me that comes and takes a look at it,
And I reach out to him.
to me.
Okay.
You want to hold on? I'll give you a phone number to call.
Yeah, good.
Okay. That is all the business we have for today.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.